So let me run you through how this online coaching works. Thanks for taking an interest. The best thing always just to give me a call. Just get on the line. Let's have a quick chat, 10, 15 minutes about your goals, what you need. Can I help you? How would it work? That's always the best. If that's interest to you, just hit the contact button below or above and let's arrange a time to chat. Now, my online coaching, I've had some amazing results working with people online. I have people in Brazil, Canada, different parts of Britain, in London itself, but they can't come to see me personally one-to-one. It can definitely work nicely. So obviously all my approach, depending how much you know about me, I take a very holistic view to getting in results. It's not about, most people are trying to transform either their body shape or their health and their behaviors. It's not as simplistic as getting a nutrition plan. Yeah, nutrition plan's one part of it, but there's other areas that come in. What about exercise? What about my habits? How do I change my behaviors and my habits? What about when I can't be bothered? What are we going to do about that? What about when I'm stressed? How do these things come in? A holistic approach gets fantastic results because for many people, maybe yourself, you don't need to know what to do on plan A. Maybe you've got that right already. Perhaps it's what to do when you're not so motivated. What's plan B? Perhaps it's other elements, perhaps it's knowledge. Well, knowledge is easy to do, but for most people it's not knowledge. Most people it's motivation. It's the ability to break bad behaviors and form new behaviors, and doing that in a duration long enough for those behaviors to stick. So there's all sorts of different elements that we need to look at. A lot of it's common sense when you get holistic, but it's more than that. It's not about knowing what to do. It's about doing what you know. That's such a key. Do you do what you know? Most people don't. And then, of course, if you increase that knowledge levels, if you get different, hacks, different elements to take that knowledge to be more efficient, it's an absolute double win. You're applying more of what you know, and you know better, more accurate stuff. So a holistic approach I always take, whether it's from more mind-based, whether it's a motivational based, whether it's a nutritional based or exercise based. I wrote about this in my book, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Shape. You can see it behind me. A solo approach very rarely works. A holistic approach gets sensational results, and times you can see on this page below there'll be testimonials and so forth. Time and time again I've seen it happen. It's not just holistic though. I'm taking a healthy approach too. Too often in transformations people get very unhealthy. They go zero carb under the illusion of ketosis being the best for fat loss. They go binging cycles where they go low calorie, high calories as a result of it. They do crazy exercises that hurt in their knees. There's all sorts of approaches that people take in an attempt to get results that are totally unnecessary and not best for improving your health. And of course, if your goal is just to improve your health, not so much a body transformation, then what are the best strategies to do? And again, there's different elements to it. There's a food element on the holistic side, but there's other elements to health. There's like flexibility, a huge influence on health, breathing patterns. All of these are available to you depending what you need. And this is another important point, why it's important to have a coach. What you do in what order is very important, because we have a limited amount of time and energy at any one time, and that will change over time. Sometimes it grows, sometimes it recedes a bit if stress is happening, and we have to maximize that efficiency to get the initial change to then build the change. And again, very hard to do on your own. Most people don't know. It's almost like an art, the art of being able to change something. It's not the same as the knowledge of how to change it. The difference between doing it and knowing how to do it. So, I've lost count how many dietitians, nutritionists on TV who are out of shape, and you're like, well, they know what to do, but they can't quite apply what they know. Difficult. The other final element of all the people I work with face to face online is the sustainability of any plan. What's the point of getting results today to find yourself back in the same place in 12 months' time? It happens ridiculously commonly. So if it has happened to you, I wouldn't worry about it, but this is my approach. My whole approach is, how do I stop that happening? And I've been studying for years now different elements. I started off, I did a degree in chemistry, then I started studying exercise, become a personal trainer, then I started studying nutrition, then I improved that nutrition study to individualized nutrition, clinical nutrition, then I became looking at the stress side of things, the first personal trainer, or one of the first personal trainers in the country to become an emotional freedom technique therapist. All of this holistic, healthy approach was under the banner of what gets results long term, what sustains the results. And my new book coming out this year, The Grand Unified Theory of Body Transformations, has it all covered. And this is what I put into my approach of working with people like yourself. What do you need? How do you need it? In what order? And how do we get it done? And the how do we get it done is the importance of online coaching. A lot of people think, well, how does it work? You're not there. I don't see you. Well, you're not a 6-year-old child. We be in contact. We can send progress results. We chat on WhatsApp. We can chat on the phone if necessary. If we're really struggling. There's videos backing it up. What you need and what people need is a process, a structure for us to go through. Someone to feed ideas back, bounce off, accountability with your results to give to, and then you get amazing transformations. As I said before, you'll see on the page about some amazing results with people online, different parts of the world, different countries, because the structure is the same. You need a little bit of motivation to start, of course, and then it's my job to make you, direct that motivation to get the biggest bang of your buck. That's what the whole process, what the new book is about. The Unified Theory of Transform Your Body is about. How do we change your thinking patterns? How do we change your natural habits? What do you need to learn? What don't you need to learn? Or very often, what do you need to unlearn? Because you'd be surprised how many people got great results just because they've stopped holding on to a bit of knowledge that was wrong. And it's amazing. Some people, that's like, they don't have to exercise hard. They can actually exercise easy. They're like, really? And get results. And you see the results happen on the statistics, on the measurements. And they're like, oh, well, that's a surprise. Now it's not so hard to be consistent with my exercise routine. Same with food. When people can eat some of the bad foods they always try and give up. When you see you can get results, well, I can get results and still have some chocolate, still drink. Yes, you can. And it's happened with so many people I've worked with. But obviously, this isn't a scam. This isn't false promises. You can't drink, 3 bottles of wine a day, eat all the chocolate in the world, sit at home watching telly all day and expect results. But how many people want to do that? Hardly any people. And when you look at the holistic approach, so it's not just about trying to lose body fat. It's not just about trying to, improve a health, trait like blood pressure, cholesterol. It's about trying to feel great. It's about trying to be good, get up in the morning and feel great. Energy, flexibility, getting rid of pains. All of these things is what it's about to get to that next level. And that's what a holistic approach is about. And that's what I do with clients in this sense. So remember, if this is something that interests you, just contact me. Let's have a chat on the phone to talk about your goals so I can specifically outline to you what it takes to get results, how long it takes to get results, expected timescales to see results specific to you. I can give general ones, but let's talk about specific to you. Also, what do you actually need? Because a lot of people think they need something, they don't. I had a lady that I worked with a couple of years back. She lost, probably over 100 kilograms in her life. Lost 10 kg, gained 12 kg. Lost 17 kg, gained 16 kg. Lost 8. She didn't have any trouble with losing body fat. She lost over 100 kilograms, more than I've ever lost in my life. That's a lot. What she needs to do is, how do I stop going up and down? When I finish this, what do I do? So very often what you need is not what you think you need. And I can really articulate that if I have a bit more information about yourself. So as far as the actual coaching structure goes, well, once we've signed up, we've had a chat, we want to get on board, then there's information to start as an assessment. We'll send us a very simple assessment data. Some of it's just your behaviors, some of it's your habits, some of it's looking at your history to see if we can work out what you need to more specifically focus upon. Then it's getting some sort of data, health traits, how am I doing with health, how am I doing with fitness, nothing serious or worry about, but it gives us a base. Then from that, I can design a fitness plan going forwards, a nutrition structure going forwards, a way of changing your behaviors to create more long-term habits going forwards. And then it's developed over time. See, everyone thinks they want this one plan that's magical. Yeah, but there's a plan, but every plan needs to adapt to you as a person and build as you improve at certain things. And that's what the whole idea is as far as an evolving plan goes. And then, of course, there is myself to keep you motivated, to keep you, stopping any problems that you've got by, cutting them off early and quickly. So that's why we keep in contact. We've got WhatsApp to keep in contact, for email to keep in contact. There's a members area backing everything up. And then as problems come up, as you do the different challenges, so there's challenges to do that we set based on what you need to do and what you want to do, you feed back to me. And this is how the process works. And the results I get with people are absolutely sensational. And it's not just any people. It's people who genuinely, continually, consistently have failed before in the past. And that's what my whole focus has always been about, not just taking, motivated people. Anyone can work with motivated people. And if you look at some of the, the more famous, well-known coaches and stuff out there in the industry, they take very motivated people only. And if you're not filling the form to start, you have to say you're 10 out of 10 motivated. Come on. If you're already super motivated, you've got everything in place, well, it's not very hard to coach you. What about if you're just a normal person who's quite motivated now to start and try something, but life happens, kids happen, life happens, stress happens, work happens, social happens. How do we factor all that in? How do we get there? Well, this is all, I've seen it before, I've turned people around before. That's what it's about. That's how the process works of coaching. Committing to someone, committing to the results. And again, if you've never done coaching before, don't go thinking that a lot of people don't get involved because they think it's too high pressure. They're like, what if I fail? What if I can't stick to it? What if I can never, give up chocolate for life? For one, I wouldn't ask you to do that anyway. That's why it's important to give me a ring. Let's have a chat so we can really understand what you don't have to do, because it's a bit of a fallacy. People think, they always see my shapes from my bodybuilding shows. Oh, I bet you didn't eat anything for 2 months. I bet you didn't do it. I'm like, it's not actually true. And you'd be surprised how relaxed you can be compared to what you're expecting. And still get results. So, but there's not this pressure on results. It's like I work with real people, so I expect people to make mistakes. I expect people, things to go disastrously wrong. I expect people, to struggle. That is real life, and it's not about not having that. It's how do we adapt to it? How do we go forward? That's what gets results. So, I think I've summed up most of the things. I've probably forgotten things that you might want to ask or might not want to ask. Just contact me. It's the simplest thing. Send me an email. Let's arrange a time to chat. No pressure on the chat, no pressure on the program, but huge potential to turn things around. And if you've never worked with a coach of any sort before, you'd be shocked how much more motivated you become initially, and how, if we direct that in different areas, how you transform who you are and how you are in this area. And guess what happens? Spectacular results happen, and you become yet another one of those people who have had failure after failure, and then they go on and get results, which is what it's all about. So that's all I've got to say. Drop me a contact, drop me a message, and we'll chat more about how it all works from there.